When I was a little boy at school, the local theatre and education company from Dundee Rep came to my little primary school, and they did this show in our dinner hall. It was in the round, and it was about the Highland clearances. And I remember these little ramps they had, and there was a soldier coming up, and it was all about, you know, the Scottish people being pushed off the land by the English soldiers and everything. And we'd studied that in history at school, and even then I realised as a little boy that I was learning and taking in more about this subject matter because it was a play and something that I could engage in a kind of interactive way than just reading a book. And it was thrilling, it was absolutely thrilling. And then afterwards it was playtime, and we were in the playground, and there was this, I remember this wire fence, you know, with the crisscross thing, and I remember looking through it like I was in prison, and which anyway I was. And I looked out, and they were packing their van with all the, you know, the trunks of the props and the costumes, and then they all got into the van and off they went to another school to do another show. And I remember just thinking, oh my gosh, I want to do that. And then years later, my first job in the theatre, it was in Macbeth at the Tron in Glasgow, and the woman who played Lady Macbeth was Maureen Beattie, and she had been in that TIE company that came to my school. Yeah, and she was like, just keep that to yourself. In high school, there was a really great English teacher called Mrs. Law who had, you know, did an after-school drama thing. And I remember doing a play, and I remember it was the first thing I was any good at. You know what I mean? It was the first thing I realised I had some skill that other people didn't have. And so I just stuck to it. I liked the way you could change people's perception of you because you were doing something that they didn't expect or knew that you could do. Which is not really a great reason to start a career, but, you know. So I think we in Scotland understand about the value of gathering together and talking and, you know, having a laugh and having a drink. And that's seen as an essential part of how we engage. And that's why we're a nation of storytellers, I think. And I just want to, you know, my whole overriding thing is I want to connect with people in my life and in my art. And I actually got this tattoo. Can you see?
Yeah.
It's by a quote by E.M. Forster, and it says, "Only connect." And I just think that's, you know, the most amazing thing you can do with your life. So I got it tattooed on my arm to remind me. It's funny, working in America, I realized that, you know, people are amazed when you, like, you know, I'm in this TV show, I play an American, people just can't get over the fact that I actually sound like this. Whereas, because I think in a way in America, especially at a certain level of fame, you're really just asked to be yourself over and over again. And that's, I guess, what a movie star is. And I became an actor because I wanted to be different people. I wanted to play different people and inhabit different. I wanted to be different all the time. I didn't want to just be a version of myself. I think there's lots of reasons why we do theatre. I mean, I think the main one is this sense of community. There's nothing like, you know, people say from my side of it, oh, it's amazing the connection you get in a room when you're acting and something electric is happening on stage and you feel the audience kind of crackling with you or laughing, or, you know, when you feel this instant reaction to what's happening. Because I think more and more in our lives now, we do things on our own. We like watch things on our phones, or we don't go to the cinema so much. We watch them on our massive screens in our house. But the theatre, live theatre, is always going to have that sense of community and bringing people together of all shapes and hues and genders and sexualities and races. And I'm very proud to be a part of that. I think it's good to, I mean, if you've lost your sort of artistic DNA, then you're a bit, you know, you're literally at sea. You know, you don't have a core, and no amount of sit-ups will bring it back.